This is One-on-One. Scott Reddin is Executive Director, Project Literacy of Greater Bergen County. Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
While we put up your website, Scott, throughout the segment, talk to us about your organization and what your mission is.
Well, we are one of the largest nonprofits in North Jersey that deals with the issue of literacy. There are many agencies that deal with literacy, but we're the clearinghouse for many of these organizations.
What does that mean, a clearinghouse?
Well, a lot of people come to us for information about literacy. They call us up through the email, they see our website, and they come to us and they say, we need help. We have friends that need help. So where do we go? And they can come to us, or they can come to a lot of places that have these type of ESL and basic literacy programs in libraries throughout all of Bergen County.
What would you say to those watching throughout the tri-state area and beyond who say, wait a minute, hold on. Literacy? We still have a problem with literacy? You say?
The answer is definitely yes. We definitely have a problem with literacy, both in the United States, in the state of New Jersey, and Bergen County, which is one of the wealthiest counties in all of the United States. However, there are quite a few people that fall through the cracks that have actually even graduated from high school that still have low literacy levels. We also have quite a large immigrant population that comes to the United States, and where do they go? They come to New Jersey, northern New Jersey, and they need help. Now, that's split into two. There are people that are fluent in their own language, but they're PhDs, doctorates, etc. But when they come here, they need help. And then there are people, of course, that are illiterate in their own country. We've had people that literally not allowed to go to school. They're women who are
Well, because of the culture of that country?
Exactly, yeah.
And so they come here and then...
They come to the United States looking for a better life and trying to improve themselves, and the only way to make it in the United States, of course, is to be literate.
You know, it's interesting, Scott, you talked to some of our producers in preparation for the program in the pre-interview, and you started talking about the connection between literacy, or problems connected to literacy, and social problems, particularly health. Let's break that down. What is the correlation, the connection?
Well, there's a very strong correlation between the two. There's a lot of problems in society that comes from not being literate.
Give us for instance.
For example, reading prescription bottles. Now, I must start by talking about the embarrassment factor. A lot of people who are illiterate don't want to talk about it, don't want people to know about it. We call it the big hidden problem. So that's a problem in itself. So if they don't have anybody who can read these prescription bottles, they guess. And sometimes they find themselves in the emergency room.
Guess at
what they're supposed to take, how many pills they're supposed to take, whether they're supposed to take it with water, eat food, things like that. So it's crazy, but a lot of the problems with such things like that. Then we have seniors who don't do that. They actually have a 50% greater chance of dying if they are not literate because of factors like this. And the number one factor, which is shocking to me, the number one factor, determining factor of a child's health is the mother's literacy.
Hold on, back up. 5-year-old kid, his mom, her mom, not literate. The direct connection to that mom's inability to read and that child's health is, give us the example there.
Again, doctors, prescription notes, prescription bottles, literacy information, things, pamphlets, things that you take for granted that you read every day. Again, reading all kinds of things. They're not reading them, they don't understand them.
Well, then how do they make decisions about what the dosage is, or all kinds of things? Because they do something. They give some dose, don't they?
Yes, but again, many times you find them guessing. They're not sure what to do, but again, with the embarrassment factor, they don't want to talk to other people and ask people.
The connection between literacy problems and unemployment.
Well, that's the same thing. Very, very strong factor which people don't know. First of all, most of the people that are in jails are illiterate because they don't have the skills to find a job, and they become desperate, and so they turn to a life of crime. People who cannot read or write cannot fill out job applications. They don't understand what they're doing in terms of finding a correct job, and they certainly won't be hired if they don't have a high school degree.
Okay, here's the catch-22 that I'm saying. We're doing this program right now. We're talking about the work that your organization does. You have to be able to read the website in order to access the website to get more information. right? And by the way, say you don't live in this area, but you want to connect to another organization involved in literacy, which your organization could be the clearinghouse, as you said.
Yes.
You live in Brooklyn, you can help. You live in the Bronx,
Absolutely.
you live in South Jersey, wherever it is. But you can't read. You're watching TV, but you can't read. But you want help in the area of literacy.
Well, you'd be surprised how word of mouth and some people who are not literate can actually navigate websites and use computers with help of other people, so they can get through.
Wow.
That's the thing that we talk about. We call it bluffing it, where people
Bluffing it.
they survive, they get through the day, but their lives are very, very difficult. And instead of getting the help, the embarrassment factor is so big that they would rather try to do things on their own with the help of their wives or spouses or things like that, that they don't get the help that they need.
And finally, before I let you out of here, how important are volunteers to your operation? And by the way, if someone logs onto your site, could they potentially volunteer in addition to providing a financial contribution? Volunteers.
We're always looking for volunteers. The thing that I must stress is that this type of volunteerism is a little bit separate than many other organizations. There is a commitment. You are working with a student on a one-to-one basis. Therefore, you need to meet with them at least once a week for an hour and a half to 2 hours a week, because you need somebody who's steady, who works with them, who feels comfortable with them. So you have to make a commitment to that.
You can't just pop in and pop out. Commitment.
Correct. Well, we have a 5-week training program to start to make sure that
You help them do it.
And then you help them, of course. We're always there. We're with them every step of the way.
Scott, you're doing important work. Keep it
Thank
up
you.
because
Thank you.
the problem is bigger than anyone thought. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was it.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and banking under the principle of stewardship. PSE&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities. And by the law firm of Gibbons PC. Promotional support provided by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey. And by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and its monthly magazine, New Jersey Business. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.